Hey, what's up guys? My name is Moda and welcome back to the Mining Stacker YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be on that new Kaspa fork, Karlsen. This is Karlsen Network. We're going to go over updates on it. It's been blowing up, right? The growth and the adoption rate is just stupid. I don't think there's any other way to describe it. So we're going to give you an update. We're going to talk about price, adoption, difficulty increases, and market cap. We're going to look at how it's ranking compared to the other new coins, and it's probably going to surprise you, right? It's just been insane, right? So we're going to go over those things. It's going to be a quick little update. So if that sounds good, guys, stay tuned. Let's get to it. So they did actually update their website, right? So before it was that one little page thing, super generic looking. They are a little fancier now. They do have links to their socials, links to the white paper, and they are showing their exchanges are on. So this is the big news for today. This is kind of the one I've been waiting for, is ZegX, right? They were on TradeOgre initially. Expatron jumped on, non-KYC jumped on, but out of the smaller exchanges, ZegX I've had zero issues with. That's kind of been my replacement for like TXBit. I've used it quite a bit for a lot of these smaller cap mining coins. I've had zero issues with it, right? Again, I wanted to just find pretty much the first thing to get off of TradeOgre, just because again, all those Kaspa issues they had, straight garbage, so did not want to support them anyway. But at the time, that was the only option, right? But now we do have ZegX. They did just list this morning, actually, just literally what, like an hour or so, not even an hour ago, like 40 minutes ago. So it is up there. I know I was trying to get the deposit address when I was initially logging in. They were still having issues. It's probably going to get hammered with a lot of people jumping on. But so far, things are looking good, right? So let's look at the profitability, and this is what's been pretty crazy. If we look at the overall profitability, it's the #1 thing in profit for every single card yet again, right? It's been a few days now. Initially, we kind of expected it. We saw that first day on the 3090 that I got listed, it was like 20 bucks a day, right? And it did drop dramatically, right? By that next day, it was a fraction of that, but ultimately the adoption has been stupid. In terms of hash rate and difficulty, it has gone through the roof, but the price has also been going through the roof, right? So now it's starting to find that equilibrium. ZegX, again, was the one I was kind of waiting for, because that's the bigger of the smaller ones, right? The next big one after this that does typically cause pumps is like MEXC, but that is a larger exchange. But recently, for these smaller coins, these have been kind of catalysts for it, right? So ultimately, on a 4090, $672 a day in profit for a single freaking card, right? Pretty insane numbers. If we go to a more common card, let's go to the 3070. Even with the 3070 on a single card, profitability up to 24 hours, $1.23. And this is with the 12% kilowatt hour. Okay, so on a single card, insane. So on a rig of 8, give or take about 10 bucks. Insane. And that's considering the freaking growth, right? Look at the freaking, we're at 400 and almost 35 terahash. It's insane. And it's insane that it's still remaining profitable. So the interest is there. The price is keeping up. Pumpamentals, right? This is literally, to me, again, from the beginning, a Kaspa meme coin, right? It's all the people who've been missing out, people who felt like they missed out on Kaspa, missed out on some of these other coins, right? Because ultimately, what this past like 6 weeks has just been an insane run, right? So a lot of people did unfortunately miss out just because they were on the sidelines, and they saw this as the opportunity, right? It's almost like the meme coin as a culmination of all of that, right? And it's just been crazy, stupid adoption. There's no other way to put it, right? Right off the rip, we saw what kind of the standouts to us was having the miners going, hero miners, Wooly Pulley already on. It looks like K1 pool's already up. Expect more to come up, and it's just going to continue to blow up, right? So it's just been insane. Again, ZegX did come out today, so we do have that 4th exchange, and expect a few more to come out. But again, for me, that's the kind of was waiting for, because again, that's the main one I use. So here's another crazy tidbit, right? So market cap. Okay, so if we look at the current total supply, right? This is not the max supply. This is what's in circulation currently. It's about 138 million. Right, it's going to do easy math, going to break it down. So currently this thing on ZegX is at 20 cents, right? It's a little bit under, it's right in that range. Again, they just listed, so people are having issues depositing, so give it a little bit, we'll see what it does there. But if we were to calculate it, right, take that whole circulating supply, Multiply it by the 20 cents, that would give us a market cap of $27 million. Okay? 27 million. To put that into perspective, Radiant, right, which has been around a while, number 797, is $22 million. So it'd be a good chunk above even Radiant already. Okay, so this is one thing you do have to factor in if you're in the mindset, because I know it's kind of the issue that people tend to have sometimes with some of the other ones, especially when they're not listed on like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. You see this, you see it's a brand new coin, it's going to be a microcap. Oh, it's still going to 100x from here, right? Which it could, right? Not to say, like, especially in the bull market, if this thing does take off, but in comparison to these other coins, right? Just keep in mind, factor in that already this thing is already pretty much on par with some of these coins, right? Even as we look at some of the other ones, we could look at like a lithium. Let's see where lithium's at. Lithium's at 32 million, right? So it's kind of in between RXD and lithium. Lithium's at 676, so it's probably like in the 700 range. So yes, it is a tiny market cap, still a ton of room to go, especially if it continues this like GPU mining like meme trend that it's kind of been like having. It can go up dramatically, but just keep in mind it's not something that's ranked like in the top 3,000 or something like that, right? Or that's ranked in the 3,000 area. It is now on par with these other coins, which is pretty insane that it did it in a matter of weeks. Not even 2 weeks, it's like a week and a half, right? It's insane growth, insane adoption, but just keep that in mind, right? Don't think that it's gonna 10x from here for it to catch up to like a lithium and such. It already has a fairly large market cap. But again, pumpamentals. This thing has pumpamentals, has the hype behind it. Who knows what the stupid thing does? It's already exceeded all my expectations, right? I mined it like 3-4 days early on, got a little bag, and then when it hit trade over, when it hit 7 cents, that's when I dumped, right? If I would have held a little bit longer, it'd be almost like 3x from there, right? Or if I would have just continued to mine it, right? Mined early those 3-4 days, and I was like, I'm good. Just because I did not expect it to do this. I expected massive sell pressure, which there is, right? People are dumping, but it's just people are also buying, right? It is keeping up. It is continuing to go up. What it does, who knows? What I'll end up doing, I don't know. But I did put my little 10 card rig back on it. And it's just going to stay on there, right? What I'm going to do with it exactly, not sure. Might do 50-50. Might sell half and just keep the other half. Dump it into one of these other coins that I do have more faith in for the long term. Lithium, which are both down a tad bit. I think if anything, the more appealing one would be Nexa, just because they are down a little bit more. Again, ultimately, they're still crazy up for the past like 90 days, but ultimately they are down a bit. So it is a little bit intriguing to go with that, but it's just been insane, right? It's been insane adoption, and it's probably going to continue, right? Again, it just, it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense, but again, that's kind of what meme coins do, right? They can be garbage projects, nothing coming on, stupid tokenomics, etc., but yet SHIB, Doge, all these kinds of things, because they have the fundamentals, they have the hype behind it, right? And it's sad to say sometimes, but sometimes it's not all about the core fundamentals or how tech savvy that project is. Sometimes it's the pumponomics, right? Especially depending on the climate. Like, it just happened to be perfect timing. All the Kaspa hype, all the hype with all these other GPU coins pumping up, a lot of people feeling that FOMO, and then seeing a new coin that's brand new that they're able to jump on early is just crazy timing, right? Is this going to happen with these other Kaspa forks? Because there are already other Kaspa forks that are going to try to jump on the train. Probably not. To me, this is going to be the one, right? It's the first one that came out. There is others. I'm not going to talk about them. There are others, but I don't expect them to have this kind of adoption. But at the same time, I did not expect this thing to have that kind of adoption. Who freaking knows, right? But at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide what to do. There are a lot of plays here. It's up to you to decide what's on it, right? Like, do you think this thing's going to continue to pump? Do you think it's going to continue to dump? Or is it more worthwhile to look at yield, right? That's what was kind of tempting me with like staying on Radiant, just because the yields immediately, even like as of this morning before I jumped back, yields were about 20% higher, right? I was averaging like 3,500, 3,700. Then these past like 3-4 days went up to close to 4,000, and this yesterday I made almost 5,000, right? So the yield has definitely been going up But even calculating that difference, it was still significantly more profitable to just mine Karlsen for now. Especially if, even if this price remains, even if it dips like 20-30%, it's still significantly more profitable, right? So for me, I'm definitely jumping on, gonna ride it. We'll see how this ZX thing develops. We'll see if it stays at this trend, if it goes a tad bit higher, because at this point it does seem like it's most likely it will go higher. There will be continued adoption. People are seeing this profitability, that it's remaining, right? I was pretty convinced that, nope, we're going to go back to the numbers that it was, but it's pumping, right? Even with all this hash rate on there, even with all this sell pressure, it's still doing its thing, right? Let me know in the comments, guys. What are you guys doing? Did you guys jump on? Have you stayed on from the beginning? Are you hodling? Are you daily selling, daily dumping? What's your thought process? Or are you staying on for yield, right? Are you staying on any of these other coins and accumulating that yield? Because the yield is going to be nice on a lot of these other coins, especially as more people continue to jump on Karlsen, right? So it's definitely something you got to watch on for any of the coins you have been mining or other projects, right? It might be a good time to go for that yield, right? So different things you got to think of, different strategies, but ultimately just going to keep following hash rates and the price action of this stupid coin. Right? So again, let me know what you guys are doing, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys, and I am out.